Wires. Heather Boyd Wire here, Wire Lady TV, every Wednesday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Today is a very special day because we are having the draw for winners of the 10-day wire bracelets to make gift and sell challenge. Now we are not judging the work. This is a random draw of everybody that has finished all 10 days of the challenge. There were several options per day, so everybody just had to make one bracelet per day. And I will show you the collection of what we did. So all the playlists of tutorials is going to stay up online on my Wire Lady TV channel. Hi Amber, how are you? I'm going to share the link to the live stream in the Facebook group, so bear with me. Let me just grab the link and I will do that. And I'm gonna do a little bit of working on stuff first, and then we are going to do the draw. So I'm gonna give everybody a chance to hop on. Just let me pull up the Facebook group and we will share the link. All this technology. Okay, here, 10-day. Wait, is this the right group? Yep. Okay, so we're gonna do this. We're gonna put that and, oh no, that's not right. Okay, that is not right. We're gonna try again. Get the right link. That's strange. It didn't do the right link here. No, I got the wrong one. Okay, let me get the right link. And then I'm gonna be able to see who's hopping on. So bear with me, guys. I just wanna make sure, because some people might be hopping over to the other group. So let me just pull up the Facebook page and we're gonna click that out. We're gonna remove that and we're gonna say we are live. And I'm gonna put the link and see if that works. I think that's gonna work. Okay, good. So I'm gonna flip the screen pretty soon so I can see who's hopping on. These are all the bracelets. Like I said, the replays are gonna be up indefinitely on my site. So let me just flip the screen and we're gonna check who is in the draw. I'm gonna put the templates up here because I am gonna make some Halloween stuff today before the draw. So let's flip the screen. There we go, there's my ceiling. And we're gonna flip it like that. And my hands are, yes, everything's right, in the right position. So let's do this. We're gonna minimize that. And Amber's here. Hey Amber, how are you? And Connie, and Janelle, and Kimberly. Awesome. Thank you guys so much for hopping on. Let me just adjust the screen a little bit so we can see what we're working with here. And I don't want to do the draw right away because we want to wait for people to hop on. So I'll probably do the draw in about 15-20 minutes-ish. Let's see, what time is it now? Yeah, let's give people about 20 minutes to hop on, and then you can check back for the draw. Let's do the draw at, how about 1:50? Let's do that. I think that's going to be good. And I will just, right at the top, whoopsies, we will do the live draw at 1:50. So maybe at 1:50 you guys can just tell me to do the draw. So these are the Halloween things that we've done, and I also want to make sure I have all the names on the list. So we're going to bring these. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. I think we did a double check in the group just to make sure. So I don't want to miss anybody, because in the past where I've missed people and for technical glitches or what have you. So that's why I get everybody to do one post with all of their bracelets in it, because I don't like to miss people. Hi Susan, how are you? You found, yes, awesome. I did put the link in the group if anybody's having trouble, and we're going to do the draw at 10 to give everybody a little bit more time to hop on. Hi Mirta, how you doing? So congratulations to everybody that finished the challenge, and congratulations to everyone who even did one bracelet in the challenge, because bracelets take a long time to make. And here's all of the ones, that we've done. And I did post a picture of these. There were some really fun ones, and I think we've had a couple people sell some bracelets already. I'm putting together an ebook that will be available that has ideas for pricing and display and craft shows and online, so that's coming soon. And I like this little display thing, it's really fun. But in the meantime, let's do some Halloween stuff, and I'm going to show you what we already did. Tell a few others. Yes, there's a link in the group, so if anybody's looking, it should be there, right? I just wrote we are live, so that should be there, and I'll give people a few minutes to come in. Even if we have to wait a little longer, it's fine. And you guys can always multitask while you wait for the draw. So here is the Halloween bracelet that we did, which was super cute. So I might do another, in honor of Halloween, another Halloween bracelet, but a link bracelet. But I do want to show you the Halloween things that we've done so far. Not everybody's into Halloween. So here's a skeleton, there's Frankenstein, there's the ghost, and there's another ghost. So this was fun with the resin. So projects I'm going to be continuing to work on are resin, and also I want to work more on, actually I'm going to put the resin one separate. I want to work more on the engraving, which I'm in the middle of doing a couple of tutorials for the engraving. So let's put the charm bracelet back. And hi Corey, how are you? Nice, another one that's in it to win it. You guys did such amazing stuff. So let's go ahead and look at the templates, what we did. So what I didn't do yet, which I wanted to do, was the little pumpkins. So I might do that. I found some really cool miracle beads in the orange color, so these are really fun. We have some of the orange miracle beads. I don't know if I have my little seed beads handy, but I was thinking maybe it would be fun. Oh, look at this, there's even a black cat. That must have been from my friend Allison. She used to have all kinds of fun stuff. And unless there's something on here you guys want me to make, I think I'm just going to just do some stuff. We're just going to do some stuff and to kill some time. And I'm going to get the wires that I need. This is a more thicker wire. I don't like that. So we have some 20 gauge copper, which is good. I also want to get some of the green, which could be good. So if we want to do something like that with the links, I have my tools. And if you guys have never been on a live stream, if you're here just because of the challenge, I just hop on here, I troubleshoot ideas, and I have fun with it. So I'm going to move this one over. I actually want to show you guys something else first. Speaking of things to make and sell, it's in the group. That's awesome. Thanks, Janelle. So here is, I want to show you guys something really cool. So when we started making jewelry together, me and my husband, we spent a winter in the country, and my husband stockpiled rings. I want to show you, there's thousands. He's made thousands of these rings. So we put them on hold for a while, and now I have a friend that wants to sell them. So, but look at all these rings. There's like thick, yes, so many rings, eh? Isn't that insane? There's some really funky ones. I mean, funky rings were in style in the 90s, but I think they're back in style. So there's some really fun ones. So my project for later today is to go through all these rings and find some that my friend is going to sell. She sells them at a very low price, and they honestly didn't take us very long to make, but she sells them, around $5 for a little ring like that. I mean, you could charge more, like at least $10 for some of these. They're a little bit tarnished. So that's going to be fun. I'm going to go through these. I figure I may as well sell them, because otherwise they're just going to sit in our cupboards. Oh, these were like chunky earrings. Gosh, these would be so heavy with glass. You can't even really see them. They're like glass baubles that are on metal like that. They're just glued on. So I don't like selling things that are glued. I just find it a little cheap and risky that it might break. So that is that. Hi Dominique, how are you? Awesome rings, eh? Yeah, they're insane, and Mark has tons of them. So that I wanted to show you, and I think I'm just going to play around with the wire for a little bit. We're going to take our time. We're going to give people another 10 minutes to come in, so until we do the draw, and I have everybody's names up. So I believe it was 38 people. Let's just get some wired. Hi Carrie, how are you? Welcome. Awesome, everybody's hopping on. That's so great. So I'm just gonna start. I'm gonna have fun with this. I'm gonna get a piece of wire, probably about 6 inches. This green wire is a little bit stiff. I don't know why. This is the artistic wire, but I thought let's just try to make some links with the orange beads and see how it looks. So we're just gonna start. You know what? I bet we can even put 2 wires. If maybe with this wire we can put 2 through. Here, we're gonna need our. That's the trouble with the bail making pliers. I love them, but if you wanna like these 2 to be the same size, they're not. So we just sometimes have to switch out for some other ones. Glad you're able to join. Aw, thank you. I'm so happy that you guys are all here. We've had such a great time with the challenge. I'm telling you, I really truly believe that when we teach, we learn, and that's my motto. You know, when I teach, I don't think I know anything more than anybody else, and I really feel that when I'm creating these challenges and showing you guys different ideas, and I learn just as much from you guys because you'll come with your own spin on it and suggestions, and which is another reason I love these live streams, because you guys always have some great suggestions. But we don't live in a bubble, so we really need to, you know, help each other and learn from each other, which is really, really great. That's why I love the community. So here we have, we're going to stick that on there. It's a little tight, but that's okay. So if we wanted to do a little pumpkin, it might be a little too small there, but we're going to see. So we're going to bring this one out, and we will do another loop on there. And I guess if you wanted to make a bunch of them and attach them, before you close it, you could loop it onto that one. But I think what I'm going to do is just do a bunch of random ones. So yeah, the live is so much fun. I love this. We do this every Wednesday at 1:30, and every week it's a different project. And so last week we did these, they called Lucan brooches or something. Lucan brooch, I forget what it was called now, but they were super fun. Like it's like a Celtic heart, but it's more like a Scottish heart. So that was, and see, I learned something with that because I'd never heard of it, about it. I have Scottish roots, and I'd never heard of that before. So that was pretty cool. Oh, I forgot my flat nose pliers downstairs, I think. So I'll just use another one of my pliers in here. These are ones I've been using for years. These are from JB Pro is John Bead. So if there are any Canadians out there, or anyone in Toronto, there's a John Bead wholesaler in Toronto that we used to go to all the time. Have you ever used Super Duo beads with wire? Now, what is a Super Duo bead? I think I would need to see maybe a picture of that. I'm not sure what that is even. Sounds interesting though. Here, we're gonna wind this around. Maybe you can send me a picture and let me know, or if you have if you're on Facebook and you want to DM me a picture, I can have a look as well. So this is looking a little funky here. I'm not sure what we're doing here, but I think I'm going to bring it around another time. The 20 gauge is a little bit thick. Now, if we wanted to do the tendrils, this is going to be really stylized because it's very small, the bead. I don't know how well it comes across as a pumpkin. But it's just, I just want to do this for fun. So let's just go ahead. I need something to wind it around. So maybe a piece of thicker wire would be better. So let me just cut a piece of thicker wire. I have some under the table. That one's maybe too thick. I have some over here. Okay. I have some ginormous rolls of wire that I use for our work. Yeah, if you want to send me a picture, I could pull it up on my iPad to see. Sometimes when we do the live streams, people will send pictures of things they're working on or ideas or things like that, like materials that I've never heard of. Here, let's just get this in here. We're going to wind it around just a little bit. I don't know why this particular green wire is a little bit thick. Sometimes it varies depending on their temperature that it's annealed at, or all kinds of different things. So this one is particularly stiff. So just little cute little tendrils. It doesn't maybe necessarily look like a pumpkin, but it's resembles a pumpkin to a certain degree. So we're going to bring this one around, and let me know what you guys are working on these days as well. Like if you're working on other projects, if you have craft shows coming up, Christmas fairs. I'll go take a photo and send it. Yay! Oh, cool. Yeah, if you want to DM it to me now on Facebook, I can pull it up and show people too. So that's the wonderful thing about these live streams. We can actually chit chat together. And I actually in the past have done Zoom calls where we get on Zoom together. And Amber was like one of the only people that hopped on one of my Zoom calls when I first started. It was, remember Amber, it was you and Ruth and another lady from South America, I think. I forget her name, Mary, something like that. Anyways, that was really fun. That was a long time ago. I never used Super Duos. I have never, I mean, maybe I'll recognize it when I see it, because currently I'm not quite sure what it is, but I'm excited about it. So here we've just got our little pumpkin with our little tendrils. It's not the best in the world, but it's okay. So if we did, that could be a link, okay? That could be a little link like that. And then maybe we could do a kind of a bat or something. So let me get some black wire, because I think a bat would make a good thing for a bracelet. What is this? This is pretty stiff. Let's use this. Okay, I'm trying to get the nerve to participate in a craft show. Oh, you can do it. Yeah, craft shows are great. You, I don't know where you live, if you live in a big city or a small town, but there's some small ones you could try, even a church basement. You know, they're not always very lucrative, but it's a good place to get your feet wet. Or at schools, schools often have them. And another thing I suggest to people is to do like a home show with a few friends type of thing, and like a Tupperware party, but with your jewelry. That would be really neat. Yeah, the first one's always the hardest, exactly. I live in San Diego. Wow, well there must be tons of cool craft shows. Oh my gosh, you would have so much fun. Yeah, highly recommend trying craft shows. You honestly have nothing to lose, you know, and start with a small one that doesn't have a big table fee, and work your way up, because some of the bigger ones have a high fees, but some of the small ones, especially at churches and schools and community centers, they have much lower fees. So that would be great. And let us know, definitely let us know if you do any shows. That would be so cool. Yeah, lots in San Diego. You're doing one Saturday. That's cool. Yeah, I'm not doing any shows. Mark did a show about a month ago at our local not a community center, it's a cultural center, I guess you'd call it. And he enjoyed it. I don't do as many as I used to, just because I get really, really busy, and so I really don't do as many as I used to. Guys, it's almost 10:02, but let's just wait for the draw. I'm gonna let a couple more people hop on. I'll do the bat, and then we'll do the draw after. I think that's gonna be the best thing. So let's just go ahead and try to do the little bat. And the idea is to try to get it to work as a link. So which way do I want to link it? Like outwise, or this head to toe wise? I'm just have to think for a second, and sometimes it's better just to draw it first, which is another thing I like to do on the live stream. So for the bat, we could do something like that, and then do this on either side. Sometimes my drawings leave a little bit to be desired, like that, and then the head. So you could do a bat like that and link it that way. Or the other thing would be to do it this way. But the trouble with this is it might flip a little more. So you could do it this way, sideways. But it could, I think I'm gonna try this way just to see. And you could always try it different ways. So let's go ahead and try that. Yeah, craft shows are really fun. I used to love craft shows because you would get a lot of really good ideas. And I always brought my tools with me and custom made things on the spot, which is why I developed so many designs so quickly, because a lot of them were people's special requests, which was really, really fun to do. Okay, so just let me think. I really don't want this to be too big, so I might even do less little nooks than normally I would, but we're going to see if we can abbreviate it, because normally there would be like that and then 2 points there, but I'm going to try to make it a little bit smaller, and I'm not sure if this is going to work or not. So say we did like a loop here, okay, and then we did one here, go down. Yeah, this is definitely just troubleshooting here. The last one at this location wasn't great. This is a more pre-Christmas, yeah, pre-Christmas. Well, as you get closer to Christmas, it's definitely easier to make sales because people are looking for things. And one of the top sellers on Etsy are ornaments, and even year-round. You know, if you can custom make some ornaments, either with people's names or like baby's first Christmas, or they say like housewarming type ornaments. There's, if you Google or you search on YouTube for tips for selling on Etsy, you'll find a lot of channels talk about selling custom ornaments, and it definitely is a popular thing. I'll probably do some more tutorials for ornaments as we get closer to Christmas. If I had all the time in the world, I would do a 10-day ornament making challenge. I did do a 10-day gift making challenge that a couple of years ago, but I think maybe next year I'll do a 10-day ornament challenge. That would be great. That would be super fun. And they don't have to be Christmas ornaments. They could be any occasion ornaments. But if you're selling at craft shows, I would highly recommend trying to do some ornaments, even simple ones. You can do them Christmassy. I do have some like little Christmas tree ornaments, angels. Angels are super popular. I pinned a video on my channel of a beaded angel. I'm actually going to redo that tutorial because that one is like really old. I did that one probably 10 years ago, so I'll redo that one. This is looking more like a bird than anything, so there we go. Hi Terry, yay, awesome. I lost my trail of popcorn. Oh, popcorn. I went to the movies last night, and actually it was a really good movie. It was called Good Fortune with Seth, oh, I forget his name. Anyways, he's very funny. And Keanu Reeves. It was just so funny, but also heartwarming and thought-provoking. So it's very rare to find a decent movie at the theater, but we went to that and really enjoyed it. And all the food kiosks were pretty well closed because we went to the late show at 10. So we got some not popcorn, ice cream, and it was like this strange granular ice cream, but it was interesting. Now where did I put my bead? Oh, here we go. This doesn't look much like a Rogan. Yes, exactly. Yes, yeah, he's very funny. So now I'm not loving this bat, but it's gonna give you an idea of the sort of thing that you can do. I don't even know if I want to use this or not, but if the idea is like to make a linky bracelet, and even if it's not perfect, it could be okay. So you Usually they have some little ears or something. And I might remake some of these later, but for now they're okay. And if you want to do the little lines on there, it's going to be a little bit difficult. So I'm not quite sure where I'm going with this. We're going to see. If I bring this, see, what is this one doing? Let me just see if this one is going. Maybe we could bring this one up and see. Oh, Donna sent you a photo with the Super Duo beads. So let's grab that and check. Let me look at my DMs. That would be on my other, I have to find it on my other account because I have 3 accounts. Here we go. I think I could change accounts here. And how many? Ooh, okay, let's see. These are Super Duo beads. I've never seen these. I've seen 2 hole beads. These look like they're mother of pearl. Are these mother of pearl, Dominique? Those are really cool. They look like they're really small too. I'll have to look into that. They look like little masks, don't they, when you look at them up close? Those are really fun. Was there a particular reason that you bought them? Are you looking for they're seed beads, so they're tiny. So what do people use those for? Those are really interesting. Yeah, I'll definitely have a look and see if we can, maybe I can find them at Michael's or something, because I would have to like experiment with it. But they look really pretty. They were on sale. Yeah, isn't that always fun where you find things on sale but you're not quite sure what to do with them? So that would be a good challenge to figure something out. I know there are a lot of people that do beading with seed beads, so I don't know if they're for like beading projects or jewelry. I'm not sure. I mean, they're a pretty color for sure. Very pretty color. Yeah, well, let us know if you come up with something, and I will have a look and see if I can see them and try to do something with them as well. So I'm not loving this bat, but I think we're just going to finish it, and then we'll do the draw, and then after I'll do a few more links, and if I come up with a better bat after, I'll replace it. But for now, this is just, I think this 20 gauge is particularly stiff for some reason. I'm not sure. Terry, I think you could run 24 gauge through the holes for some fun designs. Yeah, very neat. And I bet if you Googled, flowers would be pretty. Good idea, Mirta. I bet if you Googled jewelry with, what did you call them again? Double duo beads, super duo beads. I bet you could find something, maybe already that's already made for an idea. Otherwise, yeah, I think just grab some wire and play with them. That's what I usually do. And you could probably come up with something really cool. I don't think I've seen any of those in my stuff because my friend Allison had a whole collection of seed beads and stuff that she used to use to make beaded eyeglass holders. That's what she used them for, and I inherited her beads, so I don't think she had any of those, but you never know. I can look in her stuff and see, but definitely Michael's probably would have. So this is a funky looking little bat. He's not the best, but we're gonna do what we can with him. So there we go. I just kind of winged it, literally, ha ha ha. So the idea would be we're going to do a little bracelet, and they'll just be funny little links like this. And even if it's not something you'd want to make, maybe it'll inspire a different idea. So we'll do more after. But why don't we do the draw? Filigree looking interesting. Michael's has them. Awesome. Cool. I'll have to make it out. I won the Bead Soup Challenge draw. Oh, that's so nice, Janelle. Yeah. Well, one of the prizes for this one is going to be a surprise pack of beads and tools that I'll put together from my own collection. So let's go ahead and I'm going to get the name picker. I'm going to find the name picker. Find the app, find the app. Here we go. Yeah, it's still here. So we have everybody's name here. I was showing it earlier. I'm going to grab the list for the prizes. So we have 38 names. This is the same list that I put on the Facebook page. So I haven't heard from anybody else via email that wasn't in the Facebook group. So we should be okay. Now I'm going to show you guys a few of the tools that I have because the first prize is going to be a surprise pack that I put together. So that's going to be, you know, beads, tools, wires, different fun stuff from my collection. But then the second prize is going to be some bead-along tools. So I'm going to let whoever wins choose a couple of things from this collection. So we have, just so you know, and as a disclaimer, as I mentioned in the group, if you're overseas, I'll be sending digital products instead, just because of the shipping. So this, if you don't live in Canada or the US, I won't be able to ship physical items, but I'll be able to send you some digital items like ebooks and stuff. So let's go ahead and show you. So I have this set of chain mail pliers, if anybody does chain mail. So there's one thing. This is more for people that do cabochons and working with square and half round wire, and I've done tutorials about this too. So these are called single wide and double wide banding pliers. So you just put the wire in there and push it down and it makes that kind of angle. So this is one thing. And then I have the Designer Series and Glimmer Series pliers. I have the small packs. I have them in black. And then I have this Glimmer Series pliers. These are crimp tools. So I have the standard crimp tool, mighty crimp tool, micro crimp tool, nipper tool, and the tray that doubles as a bead mat. So that's another one. So whoever wins the tools, I will contact you and we can figure out which tools that you like. So let's go ahead and oh wait, we're saying Terry might have started another quarter. Oh yeah, super duos. I counted. Awesome. If you do not have Tila beads already, don't look for them. It will be another issue. Tila beads. What's a Tila bead? I think I should write some of these things down. So we had the duo ones and the Tila beads. So many beads, so little time, eh? So good luck, everybody. So we have, the first prize is going to be a surprise pack, like I mentioned. Second prize is going to be the bead-along tools. Then the third prize is a custom bookmark, brooch, or could be an ornament in my Etsy shop. I do all kinds of custom stuff. And then we have prizes of templates and ebooks. The first one there is 10, and then we have 5, 5, and 1 ebooks. So good luck, everybody. And of course, the grand prize is just that you guys have all kinds of new designs that you can make and gift and sell, and that's I think we're all winners here for sure. And I just appreciate that you guys all do that. I think I typed something weird in there. Okay, I think I typed that by mistake. Okay, so we're good. So we have all of our names, and they're all in the spinner thing. So we're gonna get ready for that. And oh, hi Zena, how are you? You're here. Awesome. So guys, let's fingers crossed, and I wish everybody luck, and I just want to thank everybody for your amazing participation. It's been so much fun. So let's start with the grand prize, so everybody has their name in the draw for the grand prize. We're going to tap it to spin. Bing. There we go. And the winner is Peggy. Awesome. So Peggy has won the grand prize. Well, I know Peggy's address because she's won prizes before, and that's awesome, Peggy, that you won the grand prize of the tools and beads. It's like a surprise pack. So I'll contact you, Peggy, and we can decide what you need and what would be best. That's awesome. So congratulations, Peggy. And so now we are going to remove Peggy's name. And the next prize is going to be the Beadalon tools. And again, whoever wins the Beadalon tools, I'll contact them. If you're on and you're, like I said, if you're not in Canada or the US, you can let me know, and then I could do another draw for that. So let's go ahead and draw for the Beadalon tools. We're just going to tap. I love this little name picker thing. It's so much fun. So Beadalon tools will go to Christine Ann. Congratulations, Christine Ann. Now, is Christine Ann on the live chat? Let me know if you are in the live chat, and yeah, just let me know. And if you're not, I'm going to post all these in the group, so don't worry about that. You don't have to be on the live chat to claim your prize for sure. So congratulations, Christine. That's awesome. And we're going to take Christine's name. And then the next prize is going to be a custom bookmark brooch, or it could be earrings, or it could be an ornament in my Etsy DIY shop. Now, we've been making jewelry for 35 years, and I have a lot of different designs, and I can custom make anything you like. If you want something a little different, it would be my pleasure to custom make something different. So let's go ahead and draw for the custom bookmark brooch, earrings, or ornament. We're gonna go drum roll, please. And we have Sharon. Awesome. So Sharon has participated in many challenges and live wires for the win. So that's exciting. Sharon, if you need any Christmas gifts or something for yourself, let me know and I will make you something special. So congratulations, Sharon. And we're going to take Sharon's name off the list. And then the next prize is going to be any 10 ebooks, templates, or tutorials in my Etsy DIY shop. And now I have by now about 200 different items in that shop. So there's books, the ebooks like earrings to make and sell, rings to make and sell, there's single templates, there's all kinds of things in that shop. So you can choose any 10 templates, ebooks, or tutorials, and that will be the next prize. So let's draw for the 10 templates. We're going to push the button, and the winner is Caitlin. Awesome. So congratulations, Caitlin. You have won any 10 templates, ebooks, or tutorials in my Etsy DIY shop. So congratulations, Caitlin. We're going to remove her name, and now it's going to be for any 5 templates, tutorials, and ebooks. So let's draw another name, any 5, and these will be emailed to you. So that's it's always fun to have the books and the templates. So it's going to be Laura. Congratulations, Laura. So Laura's been in the challenges before, so that's awesome, Laura. So you can let me know. I'm going to post these in the group, and you can let me know which ebooks and templates you would like. So congratulations, Laura. And now we are going to do it again. So 5 more templates and ebooks in my shop. We're going to push the button. And the winner is Meg. So congratulations, Meg, for winning the 5 templates, tutorials, or ebooks in my shop. That's awesome. Congratulations. And then we have one more. So this one's going to be for 1 ebook template. I also have a wire art course in there. My old original wire art course is also in that shop. That's a classic one. And so any one digital item in my shop, and we are going to draw one more name. So we're going to click that. or one more name. And the winner is April. So congratulations, April, on winning an ebook or template or tutorial in my shop. So that's it, guys. So that's it for all the prizes. And like I said, you're all winners because you all created such amazing, amazing work. I'm so happy that you guys enjoyed the challenges. And yeah, I really appreciate everybody's, kind feedback for each other. And yeah, thank you to everybody who takes the time to comment in the group and to encourage others. And we're a real community. It takes a village. And thank you always to Amber for, I think you've commented on every single post. You're always so generous with your kind words. And Amber's also the moderator of my YouTube channel. So thank you, Amber, for moderating the chat here. I always appreciate it. Sometimes I miss your comments. So it's really nice to have Amber there with her keen eyes. And also Amber inspired this bracelet. She's my #1 muse. So there we go. And you made a beautiful one, Amber. You had almost the same wire. I think it was brown. Yeah, so that's awesome. So thank you guys so much. And we're going to keep going. So you guys don't have to stay on, but I'm going to keep going and doing a few more things with the wire to continue with my funky little bracelet. That's not, I don't know if I could put that black cat on there. It's kind of cute, actually. It might be fun to alternate. I don't mind that cat, but we're going to see. I might just do wire as well. I think I'll do a little ghost now. So there we go. So like I said, if you guys have to go, no worries about it. I'm going to get some more wire, and I will post in the group. Oh, I forgot to mention that everybody who finished the challenge, all 10 challenges by the deadline, will receive the ebook for the wire bracelets to make and sell. So that ebook is coming out in the next day or so. I'm just finishing it up. So everybody's going to get a copy of that book. And it's got templates, it's got diagrams, it has color photos, it has tips for selling, tips for selling online. Okay, it's going to be a really great resource for you guys, especially if you want to sell the bracelets as well. So look forward to that. Oh, Zena has a question. I do have a question. I didn't see my name on the wheel. Was not just 10 bracelets. Zena, I don't know if your name was not on that list. It just means that you didn't make a post with all 10 bracelets. That was the requirement, was to make, if you made a single post with all 10 bracelets, you'll have to let me know about that. But I don't think that I saw you had it posted with your all 10 bracelets. So you can let me know about that. And because there was the deadline of last night at midnight to make a single post with all 10 bracelets. So you let me know if you did do that, but I don't remember. If your name's on the list, it's possible that there wasn't that post, but you can I can contact you after the live stream and you can let me know about that. So, oh, it's my pleasure, Corey. So let's go ahead and get some more wire. I'm going to get some white wire, if I could find the 20 gauge. Let's see. Yeah, Zena, I had posted a list in the Facebook group, so I don't know if you saw that list, but there was a list with all the people who had submitted their photos. So I don't, if your name wasn't there, then it wouldn't have been in the draw, but you can let me know about that. So let's go ahead and get some more wire. This is 22. That might be a little thin. Maybe I'll get some 20. This is 20. I'm not sure where I put my 20 gauge white wire. Oh, is it here? I have some other wires. 22. That seems a little thin. So let me see if I can find the white one. Okay. There. Ah, here it is. Here's the 20 gauge white. Perfect. Make sure. Ah, yes. Okay, that must have been it. Sorry about that. I really try to be as clear as possible because we have had problems in the past with people not getting in the draw. And so next time for sure, and there will be lots more challenges in the future. So not to worry about that. It's just because we have so many people in the group and so many people participating, it's really hard to keep track of who's done what. So let's go ahead and do a little ghost link over here. And again, it's how do we want to do the link? That's the question, because I want it to be able to link together and not flip around too much. Like I could have done the bat that way, but I think it would flip. So let's try to do something with the ghost. And I do like the idea of doing the eyes with the seed beads. So let me grab some seed beads. These might be a little bit big. Let's see if I have some that are the right size. And I don't even know if I have black. I could always do some, maybe some gray or something. We'll see what we have. These maybe aren't the best. I'm gonna see if I have some other seed beads and see. We're gonna look over here. Yeah. And, oh, I have, look at that. I have all black beads. These are Allison's beads. So let's go for these ones again. Nice. About a scrap wire challenge. Ooh, that's actually a great idea, Peggy. Yeah, I like that idea, because I've done some tutorials using scrap wire, but to do an actual challenge, that would actually be a really good winter challenge, because people like to do a little cleanups and stuff in the winter. So I'll keep that in mind. I think that's a great idea. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my ghost. We're just gonna put these in for the eyes, and we're gonna get another one over to the other side. These seed beads are so little. And the trouble with seed beads is they're not even, although somebody last time suggested a brand that was a better brand that has more consistent, has more consistent sizes of seed beads. And I forget what that brand was. Was it Fire Mountain Gems or something? That apparently they have seed beads that are more even in size. Because these ones are all, they seem to be all slightly different sizes. Most seed beads are kind of wonky that way. Tins and tins full, yeah. Yeah, I know. It's good to have ideas to do with scrap wire. I mean, you can always make like little, jump rings and things like that, but it's nice to have other options for the scrap wire. Okay, so let's bring this one around here, and we're just going to bring this one down. We'll do the little ghost. And we're going to bend it over a little bit. And yeah, I sometimes keep all my scraps, but if they're too small, and at some point I just unfortunately just throw them out, because I don't always have the patience to save every little bit. But I have a few little scraps. I definitely still save my silver ones, because silver is very pricey. Not that I use silver that much, but it's definitely good to save your silver bits, because they can melt them down and make stuff out of them. Okay, so here's our funny little ghost, and I guess we'll just go ahead and also do a kind of mouth in it. Maybe I'll try to do the mouth a little bigger if I have one a little bigger. These are all like weird sizes here. So what about this one? Is that too big? We're gonna put that one might be too big. Let's move this. And sewing little scraps. Oh yeah, sewing, yeah. I sometimes keep my sewing scraps, but not always. I've made beads out of scrap fabric, and I actually gave a workshop at a quilting club in Beaconsfield, teaching people how to make beads out of fabric. I think that was my first video on YouTube, was how to make fabric beads. That was a hot minute ago. So yeah, that's there's a lot you can do. So I'm thinking I could just attach a jump ring on there. Let's do the ghost that way. Okay, we're just gonna do them this way, and I'm not gonna do any like hands or anything on them. We're gonna go down here, around here, and I'm just kind of doing this by hand, but we can do this Catnip is a plant that makes most cats very happy. Oh, bandanas for your cats. You make those out of fabric? Well, that's so funny. I remember when I lived at home, we had a cat that we would give the catnip to, but I kind of remember that. His name was Franklin P. Cat. He was one of those marmalade cats, and he had a lot of personality. He's the one that when my parents moved to a condominium, they had found homes for the other cats. We had 3, and Franklin P. Cat, because he was an older cat, he went with my parents to the condominium, and then one day he disappeared. They live on a 17th floor, and so they went out to the balcony, and the door was open. They're like, oh no, what happened to the cat? No cat. Balcony door open. And then it turned out a few hours later they got a knock on the door, and apparently the apartment below them, they found our cat on their balcony, and he had jumped from 17 to 16, the 16th floor, and they found him, and they're like, why is this cat on our balcony? But we got him back. I think he did it twice, actually, so that was a crazy story. I actually wrote a children's book about it. It was really called Cosmo's Big Adventure, because Cosmo was my brother's alligator. But that was quite the story. Yeah. Bandanas are so chic for furries. Ah, bandanas. That's cute. I knew a girl in Montreal that made a business selling bandanas. I don't know if she still does that or not. That was a long time ago. So here's our little funky little ghost. I had to do a little loop on the end. I don't know if he looks good or not, but this is we're getting there. So we're going to just do that type of thing. This is going to be a little wobbly. I guess a flat pumpkin would have been cute too, but we may as well do this. And I'm just going to see if I have some already made jump rings to make it easier to put them together. I don't know if I have them in here. Let me see. I don't think I have my already made jump rings here, but I'll make some when we get to that point. So next, Miculi Delica Beads was the brand. Okay, so let me write that down because that's good. Thanks, Connie. MIYUKI Delica seed beads. Perfect. Okay, and then we're gonna have a look at those, and I'm gonna look up those other things too. There was something called a Tila bead. I don't remember what that was. Tila bead, and then the duo something beads, duo beads. There we go. Perfect. Okay. Catnip in Spanish. Hierba gatira. Well, that sounds good. That means cat, right? Gato is Spanish for cat. It also sounds like gâterie gâterie in French is a treat. Maybe that's what it's from. Is that what it's from? Family of mint plants. Oh, that makes sense. That makes total sense. Okay, where are we at with our Halloween stuff? So we've done that. We could do also a little skull or something. And we could do that witch's hat again. Why don't we do a skull? Let's do some different colors. Okay, I'm gonna use some brown. I have some antique brown. We may as well just go around and do a bunch of different colors now. So this is the antique brass, it's called. And we can do a skull. Sherlock is always near. Sherlock. Okay, so let's do this and make a skull. And I'm trying to think of which way it would start at the top, and you could make like a loop at the top, or you can just keep it simple and do it like this. You know what I think it would be cool to do? I'm just gonna bring this down here a little bit more. It might be cool to double up rather than just circles. Maybe just go around it a couple of times to make it look a little more interesting. Like it would more look like spirally kind of That's cool. I like that. Okay, so let's do something like that. Detective. And my friend Patricia wrote a whole series, a new series of books. She started by writing kind of fantasy books for, you know, all, teens, like fairies and stuff like that. And then now she's has a series called Sherlock Holmes Cat, and it's the adventures of the Sherlock Holmes and his cat, solving mysteries and stuff. But she's been doing quite well with that, with her books on Amazon. And the copyright for Sherlock Holmes lapsed a few years ago, so a lot of people have done Sherlock Holmes inspired, you know, stuff. Maybe we should, we could do a Sherlock Holmes live stream, because I generally I don't try never to do anything that's copyright protected. When people, like, I've had people ask me, you know, to do like the Grinch and this and that, and I'm just like, I have to be careful, because I don't want to get slapped with copyright, and I don't want to lose my channel. So I generally try not to do copyright things. But the copyright for Sherlock Holmes lapsed, I don't know, 5 years ago or something. So a lot of people are hopping on the bandwagon. Now this isn't an even spiral. I'm not quite sure. Did I go enough times? I think they just weren't really lined up that well, but that's okay. I'm just going to try to close the gap a little bit, and let's do like a nose type of thing. My Laura is Watson as her mom. Yeah, I'm not super familiar with, you know, the story. I think there's been a ton of movies done about, you know, Sherlock Holmes and stuff. Okay, I just have to figure out what I'm doing. This is kind of the nose. Maybe it has to come out here a little more. And then down, and then, don't know if this looks like much of nose. We'll bring it out a little bit. Okay, we'll bring that out for the nose. We're going to bring this one out a bit. And, ooh, that looks really weird. Okay, so we want to bring it around for the nose, and then we want to make some, you know what, I'm not sure about that nose. It looks kind of funny. So I'm going to flatten that out a little bit more. Voted. There we go. Okay, so let's do this here. Excellent. I hope I'm not going to break my wire, because it's like, it looks pretty good so far, but I'm just thinking for the nose looked funny. So I'm just going to do the mouth kind of out like this. And then I'll do the nose after the mouth. So we're going to bring this one up here and bring this one across. And then we can do the nose from there. So we're going to bring that one around and down. Yeah, I think that's going to be easier. That way the nose is going to be more centered. Okay, and let's get these and bring it down. I bent that wire back and forth a little too much, so there we go. Okay, so here is, oh, that looks pretty good. So that's the skull, and this one I really hope it's not going to break. There, oh, it's kind of cool. So we're going to bring this one around and then clip it. And that'll be the bottom, the jaw. We're going to clip that here, and we'll give it a little pinch. There we go, perfect. And then we're going to make our loop here. And if you want a closed loop, you can do that. Otherwise, let's just do it. I have very little wire, so let's just cut it to about there, and we'll just make an open loop, because it's going to be easier than trying to twist that wire around. So there we go. Perfect. Perfect. There. Excellent. Okay, so we have our skull. Looks good. We have a funky little pumpkin that isn't quite what I had in mind, but it's all right. I guess I could have like surrounded it with orange wire. Might have been a little more fun too. I find it looks a little plain. I wonder if it would be too late to do that. Might be. I have this wire. I just find it looks a little odd. It looks a little plain. Let's try it. These are cool. Thank you. Failed scraps. Oof. Well, I sometimes use, depending on the wires, I use them to make jump rings and stuff, or you could make little things with them. But I don't, I have to be quite honest, I don't save all of my scraps, so I probably should, just environmentally wise, but sometimes they're just, I don't really see too much use for them. But if you guys have ideas, please share. You could definitely do like head pins and jump rings and things like that. Little earrings. Okay, so we're gonna just, I don't know if this is worthwhile to do this, but what I want to do is kind of bring this one around and try to make it look a little more interesting than just the bead. So that's what I'm trying to do here, because I found it a little plain looking. Maybe I'm going to push these up a little more. Maybe I should have cut a bigger piece of wire, because what I'm thinking is if you bring this around here and then go out again, yeah, it's going to make it look a little more interesting. But I just don't know if I have enough wiggle room to attach the wire. We'll try it. Now we're going to bring this one around and around. But I do have lots of ideas, like designs for the pumpkins, so you can also just make this just out of wire. Could be interesting as well. So we're going to bring this one around here. Oh, it doesn't super look like a pumpkin anymore, but that's okay. We're just going to try it. We're going to bring this one over here and bring it down. Let's see how this works. It didn't, there's not a lot of room to wind it around there, but I just wanted it to be more than just the bead. So now I'm going to push the bead through a little bit more. It doesn't quite look like a pumpkin, but it's just the idea. And here, I think what I'm going to do, just let me peek. I think I'm going to take this end and put it through here, because it's not, there's not enough room to wind it around. So we're just going to put that through here. Okay. Give it a good little tug on that side, and we're going to clip that. There. Links, yeah, links for chains is a great idea. Yeah, that's a great idea, because you don't need much for that, just a couple inches. So there's a lot of things that you can do with that. I've even like cut up little pieces and put them in resin as well, just as little kind of accents type of thing. Anyways, this makes it look a little, it's not quite what I had in mind, but it does make it look a little more interesting. Maybe try to center the bead in there a little bit more, but this is an idea, just to add a bit of wire to make it look a little more interesting. Like a flat orange bead would be really nice too. So we have a few things, and what else can we do? We could do the witch's hat. What did we do last time? We did a wand. We could just do a star. Like that would be pretty, just a basic star. So let's do that. And I'm gonna try to change up my wires to make it look more interesting. So we'll get a piece of this one. This is tarnish-resistant brass. I use this a lot for different things. So I'll get a little piece of that. I'm gonna have a sip of water. And we are going to do a little star. And let me just try something different. Oh, you know what pliers are good too? Let me just get them. I have, if I can find them. Ah, these ones are good. I haven't used these in a while. These are my, what do you call those? Needle nose, tweezer nose, that's what they're called. The Xuron tweezer nose pliers. And I I haven't used these in a while, but if you need like a little tiny flat tip, these are great for that. And what I'm thinking of doing is doing a star, but I want to start from the middle. Okay, might be tricky to do our 5-point star. Now the key behind the 5-point star is this line has to line up, and then this line has to line up, and then we need a line that goes out that way. It smells like fire. I think people are having a wood stove currently. That side, I make bead lengths with scrap wires. Also, if the wire is 20 gauge, I make little chip bead twists. That sounds cool. Very cool. I like that. Very nice. Yeah, you just have to get really creative. Now, this I was hoping would be a little smaller than this, because what I wanted to do was to just kind of go, I'm going to bring this up a little more. I don't know if it's going to work. I just was thinking about it. And then kind of work your way around the outside to do that thing that we do when we do kind of a chaos wrap, but with a star. So let's see if this is going to work. It might be tricky. We're going to try it, because each time you go around the star, these are going to have to get a little bit bigger. And maybe I'll go one more time. Let's see. Might or might not work. So we're going to make them a little longer every time we go around the star, just to make it a little different than a basic star. Unless I should have started from the outside and gone in. I mean, I don't know if that would be better or not. Probably not. So we'll just keep going. This is going to be a little bit big, but it's funky. I like the way it goes out. It kind of radiates a little bit. Okay, so that's the idea. It's not too big either, but what I was wondering was how I'm going to do this in a way. So if that line goes straight out, this goes here, and then we're going to hold it and push that around. Okay, we're going to do that. And the brass is stiff. It's definitely a stiffer wire. I use the brass when I make little bell earrings. I sell those in my Etsy shop. They're like just little bells. And that was a request. A lot of my designs are special requests for someone in a bell, they call them bell choirs. Connie, you might know, where they ring the bell. It's like I forget what it's called, but it's a choir with bells. So they just play bells. So there's a name for that. I forget what it was, because someone that does that requested that design. It's just called a bell choir? Huh. I thought there was a different name for that. I thought there was a more fancy technical name for it. That's interesting. Okay, so I'm just attaching this like this, and we're going to clip that. Yeah, these things that I never really knew about that people ask me to make out of wire, and then I'm like, oh, that's interesting. So I've got a little loop on this end. Had to put your groceries. Awesome. That's fantastic. Good. Monday's my grocery day. So we've got this. I don't know how well it's going to attach, but we're going to try it. And we also want to make sure that it's not going to slide around. So I do want to make sure there's not too much space between the wires here. We're going to just close these up, bend the angle a little bit. So we'll have one part, and you could almost hammer this a little bit too. So we're going to attach the loop in here. I don't love this loop, but I'm not sure how else I would finish it. Let's see if we could finish it in a different way. Yeah, see, I don't mind to pull these things back a little bit to try something else. At least that's what we call our bell choir. I don't know why they're with hand bell. That's it. They just call it a hand bell, I think. Is Isn't that what it's called? That's the word that I was missing in that. I'm pretty sure that's what they're called, a handbell choir. Yeah. Handbell choir, yes. Yeah, that's what I think. That's what I think that's how I came to learn about it. And I didn't know anything about handbells. But then when some person requested that, I'm like, oh, that's nice. That's really nice. It's a lady I used to work with at the daycare many years ago. And she was very involved with her church and invited us to, I think she had asked me to make the design originally. And we went to one of her events. She had a potluck or something for her, one of these events, and it was nice. She's a nice lady. Pretty sure she's retired now. She was like one of the originals at that daycare. Her name was Wendy. Okay, so let's finish this. I didn't like that loop, so I'm just going to finish this. I'm just going to bend it around and finish it. I just didn't like the way that loop looked, but we're just going to clip it off. And my choir just sang with our handbell choir. Ah, well, what do you know? Little coincidences. That's nice. That's beautiful. I love choirs. I love any kind of live music. Well, not heavy metal music, but I do love live music. It's just very inspiring. I love people that are passionate about what they're doing as well. So we're going to pinch that in. So I just tried to do this in a way that there wasn't too many distractions with the loop. And now what I'm thinking is I won't obviously attach it there, but I will attach it in two places that are on opposite sides. It's a 5-point star, so it's not going to be symmetrical, but that's okay. I do like this sort of basic design though. I maybe could have finished it better than that, but that's okay. So now we have pumpkin, star, ghost. Still not convinced about the pumpkin. That bead's kind of bothering me, but when it's on, it's not going to stick up like that. And that one, but we need more. So we did the star. Last time we did a broom. We did a hat. And the eye was cool too. We have the cat bead, but maybe we should just do a cat. We've already I'll get black. I'll get the black again. We did the cat body. Maybe we could just do a black cat face. Maybe that would be easier. And what color eyes does the black cat have? Maybe green or orange. Should they be orange eyes for Christmas or for Halloween? Let's do green, I think. So we're going to do green and put the green on there. And we'll push this one around. I'm going to bring that one around here. And then I have to think about in terms of how we're going to attach it. I'm just doing this for now. We're going to put the beads. I might run out of wire. I just used a little scrap that I had. Speaking of scraps, we're going to bring this one in here and that one there. Okay. I don't know. I might have to redo this sometime. I want to bring the whole wire around because when you don't surround the beads, they look a little funny. And I want to keep this pretty simple. So we'll just do our ears and our ears. It's kind of funky. But then usually I would usually do the whiskers with these, but I really don't have that much wire. So let's see what we can do with that. I'm going to bring this one around there and this one around here. And let me just think, because we can do it that way. Yeah, I probably should have done some whiskers or something. Let me just take this and bring that one down here. Okay, and then this one. Let me just see what I want to do here. Maybe I'll try the add whiskers because I ran out of wire. Otherwise I would have, I think I made something recently. Oh yeah, that's right. I made the charm, the cat charm in the bracelet charm challenge. So you can do that design if your wire's longer, but I didn't think this out too well, so my wire's short. But we can improvise. So I'm going to clip the ends of this. I just want to try some different things. So I could have done a black cat whole body, like the charm bracelet that we did on the live stream, but I do want to change it up. So we're just going to do the head. I'm going to clip that. And then I'm going to just push it down a little bit. There we go. And this one here. Perfect. Okay, there. Good. Okay. So there's that. And that. Excellent. And maybe we can add some whiskers. Cute. Okay, so let's get some skinnier wire. Maybe this one looks like it might be 24. This one? Or this one? Oh, there goes a school bus booting down the street very quickly. Okay, so now let's go ahead and attach this to try to do some whiskers. And bring this to the front, I guess. Okay. And see if this is going to work very well. Okay, so I'm going to bring this one here. But we don't want them sticking out too much because otherwise you're going to have some pokey ends. So can we just bend them back and forth maybe? Oh, what if it's small enough hole, I could go, or a big enough hole, I could go through twice. I didn't think of doing that. Let's try that. I'm going to go in there and there. Ooh, I kind of like that. So maybe make that hole a little bit bigger so you can fit the 24 gauge in a couple of times. Okay, so that kind of looks cool, and it also keeps it pretty solid. Well, what do you know? Okay, and let's go ahead and bring this one to the back. And then maybe we could just clip it and stick it in there. So we're going to clip that. Push it in there so it's not pokey. Same here. Okay, and clip it. And push it right in there. Okay, perfecto. Excellent. I think we're good. And then you can go in with your little pliers and adjust them a bit. That's pretty good. They're not perfect, but so there's Kitty. So I think we're going to do a couple, maybe at least one more though. So we have the star, we have the kitty. I figured out how I'm going to attach it. We have that guy. We have the funny looking bat, and we have the funny looking pumpkin, which, you know what, I'm not sure I love this pumpkin. I'm going to try something different. Where's the orange wire? Yeah, I don't know, it's just, I don't know. I think the fact that it's not sitting properly, maybe that's why I don't like it. It's okay, but let's try something different. And that would go that way, right? What if we do something like this? There, I'm going to bring it around. Okay. And we're going to bring it around here. And then I'm going to just try this. Oh, this wire's thin too. I should have maybe used the thicker wire for that, but bring this up here. I'm going to bring that one around here. Okay. It's maybe a little small though. Okay, bring that down here. And looks like a butt now. It's not what we want. That's okay, we're just going to play around with it. And then you guys, if you do want to make one, you can decide what you want to do. So we're going to bring that here and wind it around here and then around here and around. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't have the pumpkin face, this one. Because the last one I did have a pumpkin face. But you could also put beads for the face if you wanted to. That'd be cool. Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be really cool actually to do the beads. We're going to bring that one around here because that would just look like that. Let me just play with, I might not finish this one, but I do want to play with it for a second. We're going to see what that does. And in the meantime, we can think about what to do with the other, which other design to put on there. What other Halloween things that we would do. And let's get some beads. I'm gonna bring these ones out. So we're gonna, that one's pretty good. Try to get a few that look the same-ish. There's some eyes, and then oh, there's some long beads. I don't know if those would fit on there, but maybe I could use some of the longer black beads. I don't have very many. Maybe I'll just put a couple of those and see. Okay, so let's try that. Oops, there goes my beads on my floor. Did I ever share my skeleton wreath? I'm not sure. I don't remember. Amber, do you remember the skeleton wreath? Peggy's skeleton wreath? I mean, it's possible. When was that, Peggy? You should definitely share that. That sounds really cool. Okay, so I'm just going to put these in here. I don't know if I've ever done pumpkins with eyes like this before, but we're going to see if that works. It's kind of funky. I have to pull that back to go around behind the bead too. Pumpkins and lavender. Ooh, that sounds really cool. Is that from one of the live wires for the win or any of those, or this was something you did on your own? It must have been something you did on your own, because otherwise you wouldn't have asked me if I'd seen it, because I would have definitely seen it. Sounds cool though. Yeah. Oh boy, this is a mess. This is a mess. But it's just an experiment to see if it would work. Yeah, the wire got a little kinked up, but maybe if we push it underneath so you don't see that, that might work. And then up. Yeah, this is kind of behind there. So if we bring that one up here, and around that way, and then let's do this one. We're going to see, this one should have, oh, we can maybe bring this one down this way. Yeah, we have to do this one first. Yeah, these are not even, but it's the idea. We're going to see if it works. And actually this wire might not be long enough. It's different. I did 4 live wires for the win. Yes, Halloween inspired. Do you have a picture of it? Because I can, if you want to send it to me, DM now, I can show it here on the live stream, because I might have seen it, but now I don't remember. So I remember definitely you doing a wreath on live wires for the win, but I don't remember which theme that was. Maybe the garden theme. We've done so many challenges, and yeah, it's pretty wild. So this one I got the eye in there, but now I'm gonna run out of wires. So This isn't really working, but what I might do is finish this one and replace it on there. I'm not sure. I'm gonna play with this one. I'm not 100% sure about that. So let me grab a little sip of water and, oh, we didn't do a spider. Why don't we just do a little spider? I didn't think about that. Okay, let's do a spider. Let me get some black wire, maybe the 22 gauge, if I can find it. I'm really running out of wire. Or the 20 gauge, or 24 gauge. Which ones are these? Is that black? I think that's black. Yeah, I'm a little low on wire, but why don't we try to do a little spider web could be cute. Let's try that. We didn't do that yet. And I'll get a piece that's a decent size, maybe 12 to 15 inches. Scent. Okay, so let's have a look. And where did I put my iPad? Okay, so probably Peggy would have sent it on my personal email. I might have to change accounts, but that's okay. I can do that. Okay, close. And this. Peggy. Ooh, oh my goodness, Peggy. I do not remember that. That is frickin' amazing. Guys, look at this. Whoa. I'm gonna bring it up closer. That is so cool. It's like a skeleton on a swing with a skull bead and some cool like weaving at the bottom, baskety thing. Oh, and the pumpkins, they look like these pumpkins. That's awesome. Wow, holy moly, yes. That's what I said. That's incredible. I love it, amazing. You should definitely share that in the group. That's beautiful. You could put it in the Wire Makers Club. A skeleton on a swing. I'm gonna show Mimi, she's gonna freak out. Wow, thanks for sharing. That's awesome. I bet it took a long time. Holy moly. That's incredible. You guys are so creative. Okay, so let's do a kind of a spider web, but we don't want it too big either. So I'm gonna just do this in the method that I usually do, but I think this wire might be a little soft. So if it's too soft, you can use, this is gonna be too big too, I think. If it's too soft, use 22 gauge, because I think 24 is really soft. And we also want to do a loop on the end to hang the spider web, I think. Let's do a little loop. Yeah, that's amazing, Peggy. Wow, so creative. Love it. I'm going to bring this one here and up. And this spider web might be a little bit big, but we're going to see. I did a loop on the end so we can attach it as a charm bracelet. I don't know why I didn't think of spiders before. It's because we used to have someone in the group that had really bad arachnophobia, and I stopped posting spiders, and I stopped doing spiders on the live streams, but I don't believe that person is in the group anymore and not watching the live streams, so we should be safe. But some people are deathly afraid of spiders, and you know, I get it. We all have our phobias, but that's why if somebody posts like spiders in the group, I never used to like comment or like it or anything. But this will be subtle. This will be in the bracelets, so even if that person's still in the group, I think it shouldn't be a problem. So there we go. It's going to be so small. Not in your face. Well, now I think I'm going to run out of wire here, unfortunately. But this I could, especially for the sake of doing the, just getting it done on the live stream, I can add wire, because, or I might be able to just, you know what I might be able to do is just close those up a bit. I think I will have to add wire though, because I'm already out of wire here. Click it. And get more wire. Where did I put the black? Here it is. I have to hide my spider, scorpions, cat. Yeah, I'm not surprised, Peggy, because some people just have very severe phobias. Our brains are powerful things, and they trigger things that we, you know, sometimes have no control over, which is unfortunate, but it just happens that way. So I think there are probably ways to get over phobias, you know, behavioral therapy and all that sort of psychological stuff, but it's hard. It's hard. Maybe hypnotism. There we go. I think if I have a phobia about anything, I'm trying to think. I can't really think of anything offhand that I actually have a severe triggering phobia about. I have to think about that. I'm not sure. Okay, so we're gonna, this is getting a little messy, and I might fold those ends a little bit, but right now I just want to go around and finish my spider web. It's kind of cool. I kind of like it. And then we're going to finish it at the top. So I ended up, you know, adding wire, but that can happen. Snakes are so cool. She thinks they're cute. See, that's how we can change our perspective. You know, if you convince yourself of the opposite thing, like that. I love that, Peggy. I think that's so cool that she now thinks they're cute. Like the power of your brain to make decisions about, you know, what's cute and what's not cute. Some people are deathly afraid of clowns, and clowns are supposed to be, you know, fun and funny and cute, but a lot of them are so freaking creepy. So yeah, no, it's definitely all about perception. So I've just wound that through there a little bit. Charlotte's Web. Oh yeah, that's a classic. That's such a sad movie and book. Yeah, life's lessons, eh? There we go. So let's fix these up. Kind of cool. I like it. I don't know why I didn't think to do the spider web before. Well, I just told you why I didn't think to do it, but there we go. So here's spider web. Let's see what we've got. So we have spider web, funky star, that. No, let's do a different color in between. Ghost, that, pumpkin that I'm not sure about, but probably will use. Skull, and cat. Cat's cute. We should put cat in the middle. Let's put cat in the middle. So what else are we missing? Because I don't think that's going to be long enough. I have to think of what else we can put in there, unless we just put some beads or something. I think that's going to be pretty long, actually. Let me just measure it. I have really tiny wrists. So that says 6, but once we start putting in jump rings, let me just go grab my jump rings, guys. I'm going to be right back. I can't find my jump rings, but what if we did something different? rather than jump rings, we could just do those little infinity links. I think it, but is that gonna make them do funny things? Yeah, let's see, because if we do that, no, that should work. Okay, so let's get some thicker wire. Maybe this, I mean, the brass is pretty strong. This isn't brass, this is something different. We could use this, that's a totally different thing. Ooh. My Laura hates clowns. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Wow. There we go. So let's clip this. And I think we can do this. Get our pliers. My table's a mess again. So let's go ahead and just make some little infinity loops. That might be the best way to do this. I'm going to bring that one around and around. Let's see how well that works. And that will also space them out a little more, if that's what we want to do. So let's just check. If we do that, and then we can get our pliers. Oh, the sun's coming out again. And we can put that one like that. And we're going to see how it looks. And that one, is that the right side? Okay, this is the right side, like that. And then this one, I guess like that. We want the two right sides together. Let's see if that works. Okay. Yeah, I mean, that could work. It's a different metal than all the other ones, but that's all right. Love snakes. Ooh. That's funny. I had a friend that used to work for that company that brings reptiles around to schools. And one time she popped by for a little bit and it was cold outside, so she had to bring all her animals in the house. Like it was, I mean, not just a little cold, it was like winter. And she had all these reptiles and, I mean, I wasn't afraid of them. I'm not a huge fan, but I wasn't afraid of them. Okay, so we're going to attach this one. And then make sure it's right side. And we're going to put this one. Okay. There we go. Is that the right side? Yeah. Okay, we'll close that one up. There we go. So we're getting there, slowly but surely. I do like the infinity links. They look good. And this one. And we'll do this one. And then the other way. Perfect. Excellent. I have to do some more Inktober sketches. I have 4 more days I think I haven't done. I'm behind with it because you're supposed to do a sketch a day for 30 days, but or 31 days because it's October. But I haven't had a lot of time, so I'm just catching up now. I think I have 4 more to do. Yeah, they're fun. Now this kitty, I haven't really decided how to do it, so I think she's going to be a little bit crooked. Maybe I'll do one ear and one cheek or something. We're going to try that. Because it's not going to be even. I think it's, yeah, that's not bad. She's going to be on the diagonal. On a high school trip, my trip visited the reptile farm. I wound up holding a boa constrictor. I dropped the tail down my shoulder in front and my classmates freaked out. Oh my goodness. Oh, those field trips, weren't they fun? I'm trying to think of the old field trips we did. I remember going to the Sugar Shack. That's when I was in grade 6, I guess it was. I was 11, and we had this thing where we used to have these billets, so they'd pair us up with a family in Quebec City, actually Loretteville, which is kind of near Quebec City, and we'd have to stay with them for a week, and then the billet would come and stay with us for a week, and oh, it was terrifying staying with a stranger for a week, and oh, I think I got used to it, but I felt pretty awful for the first 24 hours, and then I got kind of used to it. But we did a lot of field trips with our billets, and it's pretty fun. We went to museums and the Sugar Shack and things like that. Probably went to the Museum of Science and Technology in Ottawa, which is a pretty iconic museum. That was before they renovated it. Like it's much more renovated now. And Corey, you would know the Museum of Science and Technology, and they used to take school trips there all the time, and they had a crazy kitchen. So it was this kitchen that was designed like, it was kind of on an angle, and you walk through and it would be like this weird, not just an optical illusion, but like this a weird experience walking through it. And that was like the highlight of the museum, was going to this crazy kitchen. And I think they moved it or renovated it. They did something to it, but it's still there as far as I know. Yeah. Yeah. For sure. Crazy kitchen, wasn't it awesome? Oh my god, yeah, it was so fun. And then they had the little chicks, hatching chicks, but I'm pretty sure the animal welfare agency shut that down. But as a child, it was fascinating to see the little chicks hatching in their eggs. Yeah, it was pretty cool. Yeah, that was a very cool museum. And then the ginormous trains. You'd go in there and the smell of the diesel. Yeah, I remember that so well. Yeah, good times. And then, of course, the art gallery, the Musée de Beaux-Arts, I mean, the National Gallery of Canada used to be on Elgin, and then they moved over in more towards the Byward Market. And my mom used to take us to the art gallery. I think that's why I love art and culture and galleries, and she used to take us to the gallery and we'd see the paintings, and then we'd go to the cafeteria. It was really fun. There we go, perfect. Okay, so I think this is our last one, and then we'll have to do some kind of clasp. So we'll attach this. I'm kind of like the way this turned out. It's different, and it's different than the charm bracelet. So it's kind of fun. And oh, you know what? I probably should have put the bat in between, because it's got 2 loops on it. Might have been better to put in between. So you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this. I'm going to put the bat here. Is that the right way around? No. This way around. This way around. Yeah. And we want to make sure the bat is the right way around. Yeah, this way. Okay. Not going to worry too much about it because it will like flip around and stuff. So there's the bat. And then we need to put this one. So we're going to attach that. It's the right way up. Yep. And there. So we're going to do that. And then that way, if we put a hook, it can hook into the top of the skull. Now, I wonder how long it is now. It might be too long now. Let's check. It's a little long, but I'm not going to worry about it. So here, I think we're going to do a hook over here. So why don't we use the same metal that we did for the, turned out so fun. Thank you. Yeah, I'm happy with it. You know, sometimes we don't know how things are going to turn out. And usually I come up with at least one thing that's doable. But I'm happy with this one. I'm happy with how it turned out. So now we're going to do just a simple clasp. Just a little loop there. And then we'll do the hook around here. And I guess I'll just leave that pumpkin there. It's I wasn't 100% happy with it. If I had a flatter bead, I think I'd be happy, but once it's on, I think it's gonna look all right. We'll clip that. Oh, now we've got that glare with the sun, but we're almost done. I'm gonna do that in there. And you can hammer it if you want, or press it with the nylon job pliers. Cool. And open it up. And stick this on here. Perfect. There we go. Excellent. So there we go. Yeah, bangles don't work. Yeah, so this is fun because it's more flexible. So then we could just put it on. I think it's a little long. Yeah, the charms aren't going to be all sit in the same direction. So if you find it gets too long, if you've done all these charms, you can just use jump rings instead of the infinity rings. And in fact, I might change them up. So we're just going to close that one up here. Yeah, but it's cool. I like it too. I think it's super fun. So that's that, guys, and I will take a picture and put it in the community section. I'll put together the templates for this too. Maybe I'll add these templates to the the templates for the charm bracelet, for the Halloween charm bracelet. So I'll add these ones to those templates. I think that'll be good. So I won't have to do two separate templates. And I'm going to flip the screen. Yeah, Halloween's fun, eh? Infinity rings add more length. Yes. Yeah, it added a lot of length, eh? But that's okay. If it's too long, just put jump rings. That's no problem. So I'm going to flip the screen. And which one? This one? Perfect. Oh, you're going to see my neighbors first. And then I'm going to bring it around and push, flip screen. And now you can see me. Awesome. Well, guys, that was fun. Let me grab the bracelet. So this is what we made. Turned out well. I'm really happy with it. And I shall put a picture in the Wire Makers Club on my Facebook page in the community section. And also congratulations to everyone who won prizes in the 10-day Wire Bracelets to Make, Gift, and Sell Challenge. I'm going to put the list of prize winners in the group, in the Facebook group, and look out for more challenges in the new year. Also, look out for applications are going to go out for Live Wires for the Win, which is an actual jewelry making wire art competition that's happening in the new year. So look out for that. Details to follow. Just subscribe to the channel and also the Heather Boyd Wire channel. You'll get more details about that. Actually, there is a Live Wires for the Win channel as well, so that's where we post those videos. Thank you, Amber, for always moderating the chat and answering people's questions and letting me know when people are asking questions. I super appreciate it. Thank you guys, Dominique and Peggy, for sharing pics. When I'm on live and you want to share a picture of something wire art and jewelry related, you can do that. You can just DM it to me and let me know, or let me know in advance. That would be awesome. So thank you guys so much. Have a great rest of the day, and we will see you the next time. Bye.